Welcome back, everyone. This is Zade. I am back on the TooCrafty server, hanging out in my storage room. Today, we're going to take a little bit of a break from the arena to do something we haven't done for a little while. We're going to mess with some redstone. Woohoo! Two little projects. I think I should be able to fit them in the same episode, no problem. The first one is really quick and easy, and it is going to involve our sugarcane farm here. So here's what the problem that I've been having is when the sugarcane comes down, it goes down, so it gets knocked down up there, comes down through the hole, comes down here, comes into these hoppers, and what happens is goes through this hopper and down and around, and there's the chest on the inside here. I just emptied this out, so it's pretty low, but it fills up this chest, and then it fills up these hoppers, and it fills up this, and fills up this, and fills up this, and then it overflows, and it keeps running, and I don't check it often enough, and it just keeps despawning up here, and this thing just keeps firing its 360 pistons for no reason. And so what we're going to do is solve the problem of me not checking enough and of it firing its pistons when it's full all in one go. So what we are going to do is come up here to this hopper, well, right next to this hopper right there, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to angle this. Maybe if can I get it from here? I need to get a comparator on that block coming out. I might have to break the wall to see if it'll let me. Oh, I'm stealing sugarcane. There we go. Stealing sugarcane through the corner right there. I'll just shove that in there. You can see this comparator is on, and it has 1 signal strength as the items pass through it. So we only want to pull the signal if it has at least 2 signal strength. That way this won't flash on and off at every time one piece of sugarcane is going through as it sucks through the whole system. And once it has 2 signal strength here, we are going to first take this signal to a clock. And then we are also going to take this signal up to our timer for the sugarcane tower. So the first thing is to get it hooked up to a clock, and this clock is going to just ring this note block over and over, and that way whenever this thing is full, it's going to say, "Hey Zade, get off your lazy butt, come over here and empty it." Make some emeralds, which, by the way, I don't think I've shown these on camera for a while. Even with all my slacking, look at this. Almost 5 stacks of emerald blocks. Oh yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, so let's get to the clock. The clock's pretty simple. All we're going to do, I just have to decide where to put it. Let's just build the clock. Maybe just floating right above here should be fine. Yeah, why not? So we're just going to take some blocks. We'll just put it right here. I need a block. Gotta remember how to do this. I'm going to need one there, 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 there. Okay. Remove this piece. And this piece doesn't need to. There goes pistons. I don't have the greatest computer, so I really feel a frame rate drop every time that fires. Whoops. Jump. Fire. Okay. So the clock. All we have to do is, hopefully I brought everything I need. We need a torch on one side. Let's say this side. Why not? And we need a repeater. I had one. What did I do with it? I put it right there. I need another repeater, but I'll go get one. So we're gonna take this repeater and face it that way. Put it on max ticks. Did we succeed? Let me just stick a block right here. Yeah, there we go. So that repeater is facing the wrong direction. Hang on a sec. We want it facing into that block. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So when the torch is on, it will power this block, which will power this repeater, which will power this block, which will power this redstone dust right there. And as you can see, if I jump over here, You can see it's just kind of going through there like that. And what we need to do next is take this note block and stick it, well, pretty much anywhere that it's going to get powered. Let's see. Let's stick it on the side of this block. And change the note. Now we'll mess with that later. I can also come back and play with the different blocks. I'm not sure. If you guys have any idea on what type of sound I should use, let me know, because you can, of course, say I can put wood underneath it and it turns into a bass drum, for example. Get a lower note. Go down, go down. Almost there. Oh, there we go. That might be too low. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, let me know if you have any good note ideas. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I'll mess with it later. But we are also going to need to wire in an off switch. So for now, I'm just going to do that. You can power this block, or this block, or this block, or I guess this block, or quite a few of them. Just power various points on that and it'll stop it from spinning. Now, we need to make it so that this signal needs to come out and connect to our timer, and we need to invert it, I think. Yeah. So let's actually, you know what should work? Yeah. If I just go like that and like that and like that, and run the wire into that block like so. If I just do that, turn this on. Okay, let me just take a torch and we'll just mimic. So if this is, I have nowhere to put the torch, I can put it right here. So the hopper gets filled up part way, it turns that on, boom, that lights up. That'll invert this block, which will keep the torch from ever turning on, and it will shut off the timer. Beautiful. I'm gonna leave that there. Well, no, let's take our lever. Get it. Alright. So that part set up, that's the easy part. I need to grab some smooth stone, because I'm going to have to extend the signal, I think. What we need to do next is bring up the signal and power this block with it when it's full. And that's the same thing as flipping this lever right here, which, yeah, it's about to get there. If I flip this lever, it's now powering this block. So what happens with our timer here is when these last few zombie flesh fly out, boom, that whole thing turns off. You can see it's not filling back up and nothing happens. So we want to power this block to do the same thing. If I flip this off, magic. Alright, so real quick, let's think about this. We need to go, it's that block right there, I knocked it out. Let's come right here. We need to get a torch right underneath it. Let's see. I'm gonna have to re-knock that block out. Come over here and knock out that block. And then, can I jump up right here? Yeah. I need to get a torch right there. There we go. And then, let's see, we want that to be off normally. So we need to pull out, I just got myself stuck. Okay, we need to pull out a redstone wire from it. Which, just right there, that'll point right into it. And if we bring this over here, that was just a space holder. I need to invert this signal so it's on normally. Where can I ram into it? Let me just pull it down here. Put a block right there. Put a torch right there. Is that enough? Is that less than 15? Yeah, it's less than... Ah, no, my crops. Hang on. Let me just grab my diamond hoe, because that's how I farm. Bloop. All better. Fixed. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we come back up here. If I can get on these stairs, I can do redstone, but I can't walk. It's great. It's lovely. Let's see, how far are we going here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That will do just fine. So again, if I make more redstone torches to demonstrate, here we go. So if this gets powered on, like we showed there, it shuts that off, but it also shuts that off, which shuts that off, which turns, let's see if we can get over here and see it maybe from up here. Yeah, which turns that on, which powers this block, which turns this hopper off. Beautiful. It just happened to be around on time. So if I come down here and punch this torch, we should see the magic happen. So that's all there is to that. Now, later I'll do this off camera. I'm just gonna bring a wire from the other side of this timer, just like I did with that one, and I'm gonna pull it out over there, maybe just down here somewhere, I'm not sure, maybe just off the side, and I'm gonna stick this lever, which will no longer work up here because it's powering different places. Just stick it right there. Whoa, why is it doing that? Wait. I need to invert the signal, don't I? We failed. We're failures. No. Well, I'm a failure. You guys are just watching. I need to invert this signal. I don't have a lot of room. One moment. Yeah, you guys, you thought I was stumped. Nope. I got this. Don't you worry. We've just got to put that right there. So here's how I solved my little space issue. So I just lifted this all up right here. This cobble was just one down, basically. And the wire just was down one right here, one up right there, and up. Okay. So now I just lifted the wire up here. We're going to stick this torch right here, which powers that. So it's off by default. That's what we want. If I put a torch right here, this is powered, so it turns this off and that starts dinging away. But then we come underneath here, this repeater you can see is on, it's pulling power out of this block, which is of course powered by the redstone right there. So we just connect that. So let's say this means this is on, just test all this, make sure we're good now. Our thing's dinging, this comes up here, and that torch should be on right now, which it is, and we're good. Okay, problem solved. So now whenever my sugarcane fills all the way up, it will start annoying me, and I will come empty it and get even more emeralds. And oh, I don't know, did I show this on camera maybe? I think, I don't remember, but if not, oh yeah, stocking up. Stocking up. Alright, so I said there was 2 projects. I do have time for the other one, I hope. I'm going to have to rush it a little bit, but that's okay. Part of it's just moving stuff. We are actually going to go to spawn now and mess with a very old design that's chilling on the server. We're going to make some improvements to it. So I'm going to gather some materials and run over there, and I will meet you all at spawn. Alright, I am at spawn. I have a bunch of junk. My bags look hideous. Don't look at them, they're ugly. But I am at actual spawn. If I recall, I think you actually, like, real spawn is like right in here somewhere. Or is it right here? I don't remember. Somewhere right in this platform. This is, you can see the iron golem farm. I just punched some grass. Iron golem farm is up here. I know he's shown this. Grungy's bridge is up there. Rachisel lives over there. Yeah, this is just our little kind of spawn farm area. XadeMart is over that way. This is the area that is always loaded, so we've got a couple of little farms here, which of course, like I said, includes the iron golem farm, which is what this stuff is here. We've got our iron and our flowers, and over here we have the chicken farm, which is what we're going to be working on, and actually the iron golem farm and the chicken farm. And what we're going to do is take care of these chests. So what the problem is these are always running anytime anyone's online anywhere in the overworld. And sometimes, usually not the iron, because enough of us come over here and make blocks of iron that it takes less space, and people come over and loot the iron all the time, so it generally stays pretty empty. But the flowers, people will occasionally come grab some poppies for some red dye, but they don't really use it a whole lot. The chicken does kind of get used, but the feathers absolutely don't. And this is the biggest problem right here, is the feathers will actually fill up this chest, and then they'll fill up that hopper, and then this is just pointless at that point in time, because the chickens will die and there's nowhere for anything to go. So I've been tending all this stuff manually by hand, and as you can see, I've actually got a couple of extra double chests of chicken right here just from working that. And I've got a bunch of flowers and stuff. And where are these, you might ask? Well, I actually have like feathers. What am I up to? Like, yeah, let's just look. It's like 10 double chests. So secretly, I have this little storage area that I've been going in and out of for a very, very long time of. I have a feeling when Sam made this, he's the one who decorated this little area right here. He may have seen it, but I don't. I think Khan actually saw me coming in and out of here one time. But other than that, I don't know that anyone knows this exists. So if we just knock this crafting table out, and then knock out these 2 pieces of spruce wood. I have been working on it already, so don't bother looking down there. But up here, this section has been here for quite some time. The iron golem farm, you will notice those are the chests for the iron golem farm. They're not connected to anything. They used to be, you can kind of see if I zoom in, there's a hopper right there that used to come down here and connect into that, where they got sorted, so the iron went in to one and the flowers went into the others. But I took that out because I got started downstairs already. But as you can see here, I started getting some chicken in here because we're overflowing out there. In here we have some poppies, a couple double chests full, and all of this one I'm working on, it's not quite full, so let's see, what, 9, yeah, these are all feathers. Got almost 10 double chests of feathers. Why? Because I can. Why not, right? So what I'm gonna do at spawn, the second redstone project, is I've already done it to the iron golem farm, and I'm also gonna do it, I'm gonna remove this chest right here, and instead I'm gonna have that hopper go down underground. It's gonna go underneath this layer, go over here, and it's gonna come down here as well. I'm gonna dig all this out, and we're gonna make a nice staircase going down. I got a head start already because a lot of this is just kind of boring stuff, and I wanted to show you what kind of redstoning we're doing. But I'm going for this basic look here, kind of like it. Gonna do all this other stuff, so don't mind the clay. We're gonna have actual stairs coming down. But as you can see, I've already got this is all hooked up. Iron's starting to fill in here already. Got some poppies flowing in over here. They get sorted in the back. And let me just give you a little tour. If we come up this ladder, this is where I zoomed in and showed you there's that. Here's the hoppers. I've diverted them. Instead of going over there, they now go around that way. If we come take a look, they come around and they go down there into that craziness. I hear zombies out there. They're probably staring at the villagers in the golem farm. So if I come down here and come around behind where those chests were, let's see what's going on. What is this madness? Alright, so if I can see here, what we're going to repeat on the other side with the chicken farm. This hopper chain right here, I guess, is the best place to start. This is where it comes in from where I just showed you. So the iron and the poppies flow down this very top chain, and they come down into these hoppers right here. Can I see that from somewhere? Yeah, sort of. So they come down into here, and right here you can see I've got just your basic item sorter. It goes into a comparator, which goes into there's a redstone and then a redstone dust, and then that comes back in through a repeater, which is behind this block in there, which goes to this torch, and that sorts out, so the poppies get sucked down this way and they end up in this chest right there is the one that shows up on the other side, and this is just a second chest, so there's always room for 2 double chests in the storage right here. And anything that's not a poppy, so that since the only other thing that comes in this way is iron, the iron will go around this way and come into these 2 chests. But you'll notice there's some wacky stuff going on over here and up here. What is all this, you might ask? So what's going on? It's identical on both sides. What happens is, let's say we're going with poppies. So this double chest fills up, and then this hopper will fill up, and then this double chest will fill up, and then this hopper will start to back up. And when this hopper starts to back up into the second row here, this comparator will supply two blocks worth of redstone power, which will then hit this repeater. When this repeater gets powered, it powers this block. And on that block, let me get some blocks and look. There is this little hole is right above that block. There's a redstone dust on top of it, and then here and here. So when that's powered, it powers that block, which powers up and around to this torch. And it also powers around to this torch. And I think I have a lever on me. Yeah, what I'm going to do is just mimic that. So you can see right now what's happening is this torch powers this hopper, and when this torch is on, it'll power this hopper. So right now in its default state, this hopper right here has power and it is frozen. Come up here, you can kind of see it's facing out of the chain. So this is where the flowers come in right here, and they will go straight down into the storage. And right now this is freezing this hopper. So what's happening, this hopper on top, oops, fell off. This hopper on top is pointing down into this hopper. And so anytime something goes into this hopper right here will push it down into this hopper. Even when this torch is on, since this hopper is not doing anything, this is going to push it down into this one. And then this hopper is not going to do anything because it's frozen by redstone power. And this hopper, since it's got something above it, is going to pull stuff down. So in this state, what happens is, and that doesn't actually need to be facing that way, does it? No, it doesn't. But so flour comes in, it goes in there, it gets pushed into this hopper, and then this hopper pulls the flour down. And what's actually happening right there is this one's pulling it down, but that is unnecessary. Let me just fix that because that'll bug me. Here we go. So this hopper pulls this one down and then just pushes it all into the system. Now, let's say this hopper starts to fill up. So we're going to represent that by just placing a lever here and powering that. So what would happen is this would come on and this comparator would turn on, which would effectively power all of this. And what you'll notice now is this torch is now off, this torch is now on. So what happens now instead is this hopper, it was this hopper's frozen, now this hopper's frozen. So here's what happens instead. This hopper gets something in it, and then it's going to push it down. This one's also going to pull it down, but that doesn't change anything. They're going to try to push and pull at the same time, but there should only be one item, so it's going to get pushed, and then it's going to, it's empty, whatever, it doesn't matter. So now there's an item in this. This one is no longer going to pull the item down because it's frozen by redstone. This hopper, however, is going to push an item forward, and the items are actually going to divert instead, and they're going to go around this way. And the same exact thing is happening on the other side of the iron. Now, why on earth am I doing that, you might ask? Because I am a bit of a hoarder, and I don't want to waste anything. So what's going to happen is when this is full, these hoppers are going to go, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to go behind this wall, or possibly over there, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to dig out a little storage room, and I'm just going to build a mass storage so that when these fill up, they'll divert, they'll go to the other room, and they'll just start building up and building up and building up forever, just like stuff is right up here. That's all going to get moved to wherever that mass storage room ends up. I might even, I might just go below here actually. We'll probably just do that. That seems like the best bet. So we'll just have them go over, and then that'll come down, and we'll go underneath and we'll shove it all in an empty room down here. When I'm done with this wall, there's going to be a door right here. There's kind of an access door. We'll get to that later. But what I'm going to do now, I need to go and I need to dig a channel to the chicken farm to get in here, and I need to wire it up just like I did on that side and finish decorating. I'm gonna get at least most of that done, and I will be back with some progress. Alright, we're done. Let me show you. Start with the chicken cooker. You will notice no more chests here to collect. That's because, as mentioned, I stole it. It's down over here, the chicken, and the feathers now stored on this side, just like the iron and the flowers stored on that side. And if we come knock through this wall here, get stuck on the ladder. Back in here, this whole area should look pretty much identical, just mirrored to the other side. It's doing the exact same thing. If I come right here, here's where we stole the chicken and the feathers from the chicken cooker over there. And they come in here. There's just the little sorter. They go out, and then we have our little overflow system, which goes and is now connected, which is what I will show you next. So when the overflow line comes off, it's on all four of them. It'll come down and just drop down into this layer, which is right below. You can see the pistons and the cobble. That's where the storage is. And every single item comes down right here and goes into minecart chest storage. There's nothing in here yet because that's not overflowing yet, but the idea here is this will infinitely be as much storage as we would like. All you have to do if it starts to fill up is come put another minecart with a chest in it on the necessary thing. Almost dropped my microphone, don't mind that little sound. Just put the minecart on the track here and push it in, and we can infinitely stack things up. I know they're messing around with minecart storage in or not storage, but just minecarts in general in 1.8. So I'm hoping that they don't break that and we have to come up with something else. But if they do, not a problem. We'll just switch it out. That's why it's underneath. Makes it really easy to mess with. So we can infinitely store all of these items down here. And then if I come back up, basically what we have going on is this just goes up to that other stuff I showed you before. We just close that so it's normal here. What happens is we can come down this ladder. That's where that storage is in there, which is above this roof. And underneath that, under each item, I believe this would be the feathers one. This chest will fill up with feathers, and then there's a hopper behind it, and then a hopper right there, and all the mine carts are sitting one block behind and above here. So that'll just infinitely fill up, and this backup storage will always have stuff in it once it's overflowed. And this whole area down here and above can be modified later, and I'm sure will be modified later. I know there's some other people who have talked about doing some storage projects at spawn, so they could just rip that out and move it or whatever, but that was just kind of a secondary thing. It is a little bit redundant right now to this stuff up here, but it was fun. So that's all that matters, right? Yes, fun is what matters. But yeah, so now instead of coming to spawn, getting your chicken and overflowing feathers here, and your iron and your flowers here, you just come down the stairs. There's your iron, there's your flowers, feathers, chicken, and there's enough storage for all of these that there should always be plenty for people to grab. And the keeping it from clogging up will be a lot more automated now. I just have to make sure to keep enough storage below, and I won't have to keep coming over to empty out feathers from the machine all of the time. And that is a great thing. So let me know what you guys think of the projects we did today. Let me know what you think of the little design of the room here. If there's anything we should change, give you another look here at the stairs and the little room here. Any comments on that? If you want to leave me any other comments, that's fine too. Hit me up in the comment section of this video or follow me on Twitter. I always respond to people there as well. Leave a like if you enjoyed our stuff today. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The super secret project side thing that I've been mentioning in the last few videos, I can say now is just about ready to go. I don't want to spoil it just yet, I've decided, but I am hoping to have it completely good to go to talk about in the next episode. So look forward to that and look forward to other information coming about this other side project. And I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll call that it. So have a good week, everyone. I'll be back with another TooCrafty episode next Monday. Have a good day. Have a good week. Bye bye.